in the brackets. What's the barangay gonna do about it? Welcome to Game 3, match point for Blacklist International.
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
Against the ropes.
Imagine 20% from the community prediction predicted Blacklist will win. But despite that, despite the odds stacked against them, they are proving once again that they are the recoded code breakers.
And here we see Smart Omega picking up a few lessons from their losses in Game 1 and 2. Some respect bans, a quick switch up in their play style, their drafting flow, and Blacklist still keeping up the aggression. Look at how deep that high loss is. Look at Perks, man.
Yeah, Perks has been using, again, the high loss. One of the things about Perks is he can use those kinds of defensive heroes like the Matilda to be as aggressive as possible. Although the Hylos is an aggressive roamer, despite the limited skill set, he makes things work. He can make outplays over the control.
Oh yeah, for sure. Even on a macro level. Folks, quickly there you just saw the emblems in case you're wondering, hey, Suyu is new to MPL Philippines. Got banned in Game 1. Here in Game 3, you're seeing Andoryu play, the Curly Nightmare. Definitely one of the more mechanically demanding heroes in the current metagame. It's rockin' Warcry. So best believe you're going to see a lot of basic attacks, a lot of skills dealt out. And here him hitting level 4 means he's going to be in full swing for the first turtle.
Yeah, even during level 3 is already activated with the Warcry. It's easy to spam skills, but OMG, no! Okay, Andoryu's here. Almost got a kill onto OMG, but a counter-attack coming in from Blacklist as they bring down Shaknu. That was a quick response from Blue.
Alright, so expect that kind of combo to come through. That was a surge into a Queller with a close-in on the Sever. So basically,
you got it right.
1-3-2. There you go.
That's a new hero you'll have to think of for sound effects.
And he started. Don't get me started. He started off in immortal form, so he deals extra damage and is a little chunkier. That's why he was willing to do it from second turret. Now, with the turtle up, Andoryu first of the scene. Look at that, he's soloing the turtle.
Yeah, he can. Again, there's damage reduction. Plus, he can spam a lot of skills. And the thing that Renmar recommended, but wait a minute, they're going right after Perks up against 3, and Andoryu will get the turtle. AOG coming in from Chakos. They want to go for Haji. But that might be too deep for the Mamba because he might fall down though in the hands of MP. Perks is not even good because he did cast Andorju's pathway. MP the King goes in. But okay, the clash will stop there. And I like to again mention what Renmar has been saying for Japan. That the thing about the Suyu is that his second skill, which is HP based dependent,
that's right,
is an easy way to get the neutral objectives. Even just cast the second skill, it's down to 6,000 HP. That's going to be enough, plus the red 3, to steal away neutral objectives from Blacklist.
That's why it would have been very uncomfortable to see that first turtle go over to anyone but Omega.
Yeah.
That's one of the strengths that Suyu has. Renmar and Midnight were crunching the numbers prior to the broadcast starting. So best believe this is a dream come true for a lot of analysts to see how Suyu will interact with the current metagame in MPL Philippines. Now with that said, second turtle spawning in the lower quarter. For the first time in, I'd say, the whole series, Jome is actually having a comfortable lane.
Yeah.
Sure, Game 2 was worlds better than Game 1, but here, given that early rotation by Andoryu onto OM's kind of protecting himself.
Yeah.
OM's not even crossing that minion wave threshold.
Yeah, because it's like you're going up against a Nolan who's just waiting for the perfect opportunity from the burst to strike and burst you down. That's a capability that Suyu can do. So again, if you're OHEB, you do have the entropy if ever those things happen. Here comes the potential clash coming in from Muku. He sends himself as Ryota works on Lord J and even manages to kick him still. But he's going to fall down due to the tower damages, and Andoryu wants to go for a trade. Lord J, but Buoyant able to escape. And just like those are... Man, they're just literally snowballing right now on the top lane to the bottom lane and now to the turtle.
Coast to coast miscommunication. Jome got caught out, did take off top lane. Lord JM got away with it. And here we were hyping the Suyu to be such a menace, to be such a killer. And he couldn't even kill us. Oh, here we go!
Ryota with the kick there, paired up with the AOG counter-attack. MP the King though quite low here as he falls down in the hands of Ukir. So there's the trade Omega is waiting for. But again, you can't afford those miscoms again, those crucial mistakes up against Blacklist.
I'll tell you now, Ian, the numbers don't add up. That kill on MP just now still does not make up for what happened in the early game from SmartMega. 5 minutes in. Ukir sends himself inside. Oh, trying to burst out OM!
OM, no! Okay, he's gonna fall down, but he brings down Ukir with him. Still, OM finds a trade, and the cherry on top is Lord JM was able to take down the turret up top.
Smart Omega, seemingly about 5 to 10 seconds behind Blacklist. In their head, it looks like they know what the correct thing to do is, or the plan, right? But it seems like in execution, it takes a while for it to go to their brain to send those electrons and those surges down to their nerves and to do it actually.
Yeah, it's a very fast-paced game. You can't blame them. It requires a lot of coordination. But right now, looking at the lineup of Omega, they do have Suyu, they do have the Louis that they've been phenomenal with when it comes to those outplays, especially when with those neutral objectives. And who could forget the performance of Ryota with the Cho? When it comes to crucial crunch times, you can expect Ryota to get a huge way of the Dragon.
Which is going to be key, given that OM is rocking the Purify. So if he finds OM some way somehow, forces that pop on the Purify, even Lord JM, then all the more Chaknu's AOGs should matter. Even Ukir with the yin and yang, the polar, and even Andaryu. There's some good CC there. Now check this out, the diversion. Finds Ukir and Ryota down here. Chaknu looking for the sandwich play. Haji from the flank. Oh, he's going for the push.
Just want to go for objectives right now. Just try to play passive as possible. Again, Blacklist still has the lead. And now they're going to go for a trade because they know that MP the King will try and work on. But here comes the Suyu. Will we see a Retribution steal? Because it's really going to be easy for him. And that's what the panel has been saying. But Blacklist is now mad. They want to go for the counter-attack. Chaknu goes in for the AOG. Jome as well. Will he be able to cast the ultimate? He doesn't need to because Haji will fall down. And Ryota wants to go for another pickoff though. As they work onto the middle lane, Lord JM has to walk away. And this is the answer the Barangay has for Blacklist.
A single surge into a sever, plus the retribution, took away what MP the King was cooking. And Andaryu takes that last turtle for the Barangay, plus a push in mid and top.
Yeah, the problem for Blacklist right now is how do you deal with the Suyu? Midnight Redmar mentioned this during our bonding.
Nothing short of a Kaja.
Kaja Kupra only. You need the suppress, you need the catch. And right now, they can only rely... Yeah, Franco. They can only rely on the first skill of Perks. That's stun.
And a perfect Frigid Glacier.
Yeah, but the problem is, with the cooldowns of the skills of Suyu, it's easy to avoid the casting of the Frigid Glacier.
So it's going to be tough.
It's tough.
We're seeing a spike in Omega's efficiency. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a small gap between MP and Andaryu, but a larger gap here between mid lane. You see this, about 1,000 gold between Ukir and Haji. Ukir left out more often in game 2, right? Like, they were doing great with that E, but he would be the only one left. Here, I think this is the perfect hero for him now.
Yeah, honestly, Ukir has been using the diversion a lot of times, even just sending out himself.
Quick rotations.
Literally quick rotation just to try and make sure OM is not having a good time. That enabled actually Jome to play like this right now. You've seen him going right against Blacklist, even front lightning. That's how brave they are right now.
Which explains why game 3, almost 10 minutes in, it's looking so much better for Smart Omega. Game 1 and game 2, Blacklist have trumped them in map mobility. Blacklist just gets to objectives, to fights, to better positions much faster. Now Omega, they're up to speed. It just sucks for the Barangay that it took 2 games for them to get to this point.
Yeah, and again, even though those are the cases right now, Blacklist still has Haji one Frigid Glacier away from, sweeping Omega. So if the KDA machine performs well, you know it's going to happen. But speaking of Haji,
into the back, look at Haji!
Speaking of Haji, they just literally sent 3 members just to bring him down. Here comes the glorious pathway. Jome on the other hand, though, still has the Captain's ultimate track, just zoning out the backline with the AOG.
Lord JM!
Down, and Lord JM will fall down, and adds a big J. OM counters attack with a kill onto Chaknu. And that's a 2-for-1 trade for Omega.
Curly Nightmare in full control. Perks just pop! What did we tell you? This Suyu is a menace!
A mixture of Julian,
Nolan.
Who else? You want to include Bane? You can include Bane.
Lancelot. No, nobody's like Bane.
Okay.
Lancelot. Because Surge does take you out of the map.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
for the first time in a collective hour, give or take, Smart Omega finally in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
Half of the MPL Arena come alive. I could have sworn the green side, or the blue side here in this case, was quiet. Now I can hear some noise.
They're shouting again. They're believing again in the barangay. Every single one of them is hoping. One shot is all they need.
Oh, another diversion where they send them up top.
Okay. Just to make sure that Job can freely push here.
There's barely anything between Jom and Ohe, by the way. Like 200 gold tops.
Okay.
And we haven't really seen Jom take to the skies.
So far, Job again has been performing well. Only one death, despite the aggression Blacklist has been showing. And again, we also have to commend Ryota. Ryota has been on point with his show when it comes to his initiations.
It's him they need to pop the initial purifies. And they're about to knock into a Blacklist stores. They're about to be in your house. Can you imagine whole barangay in your house?
Yeah, that's so scary.
That's a nightmare.
Speaking of scary, that's a nightmare. Blacklist doesn't want to face, but they burst down Ryota in exchange for Perks and Arm! And Big J, once again, making big plays. A double kill. They're not even going to wait for the Lord anymore. They might be able to end this, though. They're going to go for inhibitor down bottom. They have one catapult. It's just Haji. Okay, look at Ukir with the damage, and Dory goes in. They don't have minions. Blacklist was able to clear it out. But they have minions into the middle lane again, wanting to extend their lead by bursting down an inhibitor.
Tranquilo, barangay. Patience. It took a while for you to get to this point. If they forced any more, MP would have jumped in and punished them. But right now, they've cracked down that inhibitor in bottom. They've pressured and popped the Holy Shield in mid. And they're about 6,000 gold ahead, under 12 minutes. Ingan, the barangay's looking great.
If Omega wins this game, I'm pretty sure we won't see Suyu anymore.
For sure.
For sure.
Game 2 was an anomaly.
No, not just even for the series. I think for the whole playoffs.
Then Chip has a friend. They can both hang out in the fan section. About a minute until the Lord spawns. Lower quarter of the map. That means the Blacklist's long lane defense is better, given that that lane hasn't been cracked just yet. But as we speak, you're talking about the Suyo. I'm looking at the Luyi. The Luyi seems to have broken Blacklist's main advantage over Omega. The fact that the map is folded in half, the fact that they can rotate in the places where Blacklist have to check first. So that means here in Game 3, for the first time in the series, it's Omega who's a step ahead.
Yeah, because Game 1, Game 2, we've seen Blacklist rotate as one fast as possible. Faster compared to the barangay. Now, Ukir's just really spamming his diversion plays. He's sending himself, sending a lot.
Sending two dudes, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we seen a while ago, we were just talking about Haji. And as soon as we stopped talking about Haji, it was gone because Ukir just sent out 3 to bring down the KDA machine. Right now, a huge objective is up for grabs, an enhanced Lord.
And now, Omega work on it. Lord down to a third of its health. Blacklist playing around the flank. Lord Jam, look at the back!
Here comes the kick from Ryota, but Empty King answers right back. As Job will fall down, but Andorio will get the Lord. Blacklist wants to go for more. They want to go for a trade. They're going to find Ryota. The ult goes in with an entropy, but manages to escape. AOG coming in from Chakno, manages to find Perks. Here comes Empty the King with the Spear of Alpha, though. Andorio goes in. Look at all the combinations he's been pouring out, but it's not going to be enough to bring down Haji and Perks. He went up against 4 by himself and forced Blacklist to retreat.
Perks almost went down after that hold surge. It could have been a kill if Ukir was there, but again, a win. You can chalk that up as a win for Omega, but is it just me or are there little lapses of miscommunication for Omega? Sometimes Andorio would be out too far, sometimes he would be behind waiting for the rest of them, and that could have been much better for Omega, but here, Blacklist are holding on by a thread. There's a Lord marching in bottom, top lane and mid lane in jeopardy.
Okay, it's going to be a 5-on-5. We haven't seen the diversion being casted yet. They might make a play as Blacklist works on the Lord, and they're going to burst it down without suffering any inhibitor turret takedowns. But they have to work on the middle lane because there's minions. Perks off this glorious passing. They're going to be able to burst down the minions. A huge defensive win for Blacklist.
Successful defense by Black, keeping the barangay out of their base. And they protect their 2 remaining inhibitors as well. About a minute and a half until the next big objective, and each Lord consecutively getting harder and harder for Omega to take without losing anything.
Yeah, and now the question is, who has the advantage when it reaches the Omega timers. That's going to be a huge one because OHIP hasn't been quite activated yet. Although he has a 3-2-2, if ever he doesn't get disrupted in his formation, just manages to free hit, he can easily burst down every single member of Omega.
That's right. We saw some semblance of it when he almost got his hands on Ryota with a kill bomb. And that was, what, about 2 or 3 minutes ago? He was short an item or two.
Yeah.
So with that said, I agree. But very similar to game 1 and 2, is it not just OHIB again holding together Blacklist?
Yeah.
Is it not the Filipino sniper who is the main source of burst?
So right now,
they gotta protect him too.
they have to protect Blacklist. They have to protect OHIB. They also have to. Haji needs also to step up for this game in particular because the main source. If the main source of damage is OHIB, the main source of huge crowd control is really going to be Haji with the Frigid Glacier.
Everyone else just makes it. Everyone else is the glue
Yeah.
that holds together this new code that I don't know yet if Omega has figured out the break, given that this is still match point and Omega haven't forced us into a game 4 just yet. That Lord is almost up, and Andoryu is just circling around these bushes. That's what's scary for Blacklist is they have no free way to check except for Haji.
Yeah, and an instantaneous burst can happen. 2054 Andoryu. And when it comes to retribution battles, it's not a matter of skill issue, it's a matter of who has the better chance of getting it with their kit. And Andoryu so far has better because of the second skill and the retribution.
Sever acts like, oh wait, here we go, a kick by Ryota!
Oh, paired up with the AOG, gonna catch Ree onto the backline. Everything has to go away, but look at the damage coming in from Oak here. Pops Haji's Pride of Ice. Andoryu gets a killing spree. They didn't even mind the Lord first. They wanted to go for the kills. And now Omega will have an uncontested Lord take.
A full-on turn by the Barangay, leading to a TKO on Black. Not all of them, I'd say 3 or 4 of the members. Saber First also fell, and now there's a free objective for the Barangay. They put the Lord on lock, and it's gonna spawn in the bottom lane. All right, Ingan, hear me out.
Okay.
Hear me out. What if this next fight doesn't even lead to many kills? What if this is just to clear these inhibitors and then Omega deny Blacklist the fight?
That's what I'm thinking.
It's possible.
It's a huge possibility, especially if they don't manage to pop OM Purify and he's just able to free it and free it, just defend this like what he's doing right now with the Entropy.
Oh, there's a diversion. They're just they're debating it.
Yeah, that's a distraction diversion right now as Blacklist tries to work on the Lord. They're going to burn down the inhibitor in the middle lane. Jack goes in with the AOG. Look at the diversion. Dispersion rotation coming in from Uki. Catching more in the damage. Perks has to walk away. Has to heal up though. They're able to take care of the minions, but right now there's one in the middle lane. Top lane not yet covered, so Blacklist has one inhibitor left, and right now they're taking a page out of the book of Omega, which is just defense. Hold on, eventually we can come back.
As long as this base stands, so do we. And as long as we stand, we fight. And as long as we fight, we have the chance to prevail. 2 lives in the upper bracket await. Whoever wins this series in Blacklist, just a win away. Something to consider. The whole deny the fight, that's what an old Omega would have done. But the new Barangay, especially this new Barangay that's at match point to losing and getting knocked out of the play-ins, they're patient. This is their second or third call at saying, you know what, let's hold it back.
I actually agree. I'm actually thinking right now, what if the diversion of Ukir, he sent out someone?
What if, right?
What if? Imagine what could have gone.
And that all the more erases any of my assumptions and my thoughts of maybe they're disconnected. Because then they were clearly talking.
Yeah, but right now, what Omega needs is not the new Barangay, it's honestly the old Barangay.
They need a little bit of Asim.
They need a little bit of Asim, they need Omega timers, they want the late game to do the job and extend the series. That's what we're expecting from Shaknu himself. But okay, Blacklist, they've been doing a good job of not forcing OHIB to pop his Purify. So Ryota again needs to really force out OHIB's Purify.
All right, so if there's anyone from Omega who's going to force something out of Black, it's Chaknu and Ryota. Just get in there, get in the paint, force Perks to be a little off position so that OHIB gets opened up. Force MP. You know what? MP has also been a solid peel. Like, MP, Lord JM, Perks, they're all just there to protect OHIB.
Yeah, and they've been doing a good job.
And they're more than enough.
Whenever they see someone getting close to OM, MP the King casts a Spear of Alpha right away.
The moment I see MP the King step on the clutch and switch it up into aggressive mode, and he starts killing people, that's when you know Blacklist is in control.
That's going to be a problem for Omega. But right now, so far, they have a 5k gold lead, plus in control of his Lordship. This might be another objective that they can safely take away.
All right, Perks spots the shenanigans, spots Andoryu's Lord-taking activities, and he says, all right, guys, get into position. That's all 5 members of Black in the purple side jungle. And here, look at this. Omega sending him over to the back.
Okay,
that's Jom and Ukir. Ukir and Jom gets caught up by Haji.
Haji knows this. They've done this a while ago. Now they're isolating the 2 members of the barangay. They're going to take down Jom though. Ukir with a winter crown, but eventually he's going to fall down in the hands of the Filipino sniper. Shakdu as well. Only Ryota and the Curly Nightmare. Oh no. The death timers, Leo!
I'll tell you now, 3 for the Lord, not worth it. Earlier, maybe 1 it was, but this time, just Andoryu and Ryota and all 5 members of Black are still here. This Lord is a liability.
And they're gonna catch Ryota with MP the King's ult there.
Buying time.
Buying enough time, and I think that's enough time for the barangay. No inhibitor turrets taken down, but a huge momentum
Ryota's
swing.
losing! Look, Ryota's losing!
Oh no! They even captured the glorious pathway just to make things faster! And we